Hello, welcome to another episode of Pub Football. Miles and Jimmy here. We're going to look back on yesterday's Premier League action before previewing a big game tonight. Tottenham, Everton at 8 o'clock at the Tottenham HOTSPUR Stadium. Yesterday there was lots of talking points. Newcastle being held by West Ham. Liverpool back to winning ways. Southampton getting a win over Manchester City. Huge win for Southampton. More drop points for Man City. But starting off yesterday's fixtures was Burnley, Sheffield United. 1-1. That's all you can say about that, isn't it? It's expected.
Literally, yeah. It's both teams with nothing to play for and nothing really happened. So, it was as you would expect. I would say I did see John Egan's goal. He took it beautifully for a centre-half, volleyed it in. So, fair play. But apart from that, rubbish.
Table sides.
Yeah, big time. And, yeah, it's just they want to get to the end of the season, just have a bit of a break again, probably. But, yeah, job done.
Feet up. Newcastle 2, West Ham 2. Newcastle been one of the form teams since the restart. West Ham, this point is so vital. Both of us predicted 2-0 Newcastle. We both thought Newcastle were going to get it across the line. A 2-all scoreline. What this means is now West Ham have some breathing space with the relegation zone. 4 points now, so it takes more than just one win to catch up with them.
Yeah, big time. It's been a very good week for West Ham, hasn't it? And especially to beat Chelsea. But as you say, to consolidate it with another point in the right direction is massive. And as you say, Newcastle's been great since coming back. So Maximin's been great. Even Almiron's scoring, mate. So that makes a change.
So Maximin's been linked with Arsenal, Spurs and PSG.
Yes, I'm not surprised. He's been fantastic since coming back. So, if they can keep hold of him and just improve or maybe even get the takeover happening, who knows what might happen there. But
Well, we'll see what happens with the takeover. Newcastle, I guess at this point in the season, they're safe. They're not really challenging Europe. A point's fine, isn't it, really?
Yeah, big time. Again, nothing to play for. Just trying to get through the games, really.
Liverpool back to winning ways against Aston Villa. There's a couple of talking points from here. The hangover was sort of over. It wasn't the best vintage Liverpool performance. Aston Villa still not really offering enough. And there's been a lot of debate about Jack Grealish. Graham Souness saying he doesn't offer enough for him. We're both fans of Grealish. We both said we think he should be in England squads. But something that Graham Souness says, I picked up on during the game, and it did stick with me slightly. When Aston Villa aren't in possession, and this was with 10 minutes to go when it was still 1-0 to Liverpool, Jack Grealish wasn't chasing the ball down. He seemed to be the most advanced player, but he was just standing still. And that worries me. The club captain in a relegation scrap where you're only 1-0 down should be chasing for everything. The young American boy that came on was doing the running. Grealish, I'm a bit concerned about his work rate and his attitude.
Do you reckon it's down to just running around aimlessly for 70 minutes trying to get the ball back, or just a general attitude problem?
I didn't see him. He was dropping deep at times to pick up the ball off the defence, and he did a little bit of work. But I just feel like at this level, if you're going to be one of the top players, and if he goes to a top club, you think of the systems in place at teams like Liverpool, that high press. He can't expect other people to do that for him. For 90 minutes, you chase the ball. You look at some of the players that we've seen that are coming back from injuries. You could mention Harry Kane, who was still trying to press, but he was knackered. Grealish standing there with his hands on his hips.
Yeah, he is the big fish in a small pond, isn't he? And I think he might kind of play on that a little bit and think, do you know what, I'll do what I want. And for a club captain, that's not a good thing to be doing. And it's kind of sums him up really, doesn't it? His character's always been questioned. Some of the things he's done off the pitch have been questioned. And maybe his temperament's not quite right to be a big game player. So we'll see.
We'll have to see what happens. I hope he gets a move to a big club, and I hope that he proves us right talent-wise, because he responded to Graham Souness saying, look how many chances I've created. And it's like, great, you've created a lot of chances, but that's not everything in football. You have to put the work in off the ball, especially for a team that you supposedly love, who you don't want to get relegated from the Premier League.
Yeah, agreed. And to be fair, I thought Villa were all right. They were defensively well organised for 17 minutes, a bit of a lapse of concentration, let Mane in, and after that it was game over, really, wasn't it?
They're never going to score. Up front.
No, Keenan Davis is rubbish. The bloke who came on, we've never even heard of him, had no idea who he was. They've just got nothing going forward, have they? So, yeah.
But they had chances. There was a point where they had the ball on top of the box, and if they just had the player, I think El Ghazi was running down the right-hand side, and I've forgotten who it was, had the ball on the top of the box, and you just thought, was it Trezeguet maybe? If he just had the wherewithal to actually pick that pass, the player's
Yeah.
in. But they're not doing it. They're too slow on the ball
Mm.
further forward. It's
Even
only Jack Grealish.
even Grealish had a chance at the end, didn't he? And it was a very good save. Just expected save from a keeper of that level. So yeah, not a lot else to be honest.
It helps. Southampton, Manchester City. This
Oh,
was a big performance from Southampton, a team with supposedly nothing to play for, who were sat deep in mid-table, had pulled enough away from the relegation zone not for that to really be a worry, aren't fighting for anything, played the game as if they were fighting for a championship. It was brilliant to watch. Southampton were fabulous. They were good going forward. They were creating chances. Danny Ings looked great. A brilliant goal from Che Adams. First goal for Southampton. It's taken him
finally,
long
good
enough.
boy.
Ward-Prowse looked sharp. Oriol Romeu had a good game. But the players that stood out were the defence and the goalkeeper. Westwood was absolutely on fire. He was unbeatable. Jack Stevens seemed to be in the way of everything. And Carl Walker-Peters looked like a Premier League player.
Yeah, and you've slated him for long periods, Carl Walker-Peters. But yeah, no, all round it was a fantastic performance. I quite like the way they kind of pressed high and they got away with it at times. But I thought James Ward-Prowse was brilliant in midfield, absolutely brilliant. His work rate was unbelievable. And you thought, you know what, with 20 minutes to go, they're going to get tired. They're going to kind of give a soft goal away. But fair play to them. They've been brilliant since coming back from the restart.
Man City had chance after chance after chance, but they were just met with blocks and unbelievable saves. There may be a couple of them they should have scored, but you can't really fault the overall performance of City. Yes, they shouldn't be losing these games, but they created the chances. Sometimes these things happen in football where you meet a team who are so determined not to give away a goal that it's almost impossible. And normally, Man City find a way past these teams. They didn't today, but in saying that, the stats are coming out. They've lost 9 games in the league this season. They've lost more games than Arsenal in the league this season.
They have,
and it's a bit of a wake-up call to realise that they've not been at their best this year at all. We knew that already, but 9 losses is not a performance that's going to win you a league or get you anywhere near winning the league, which has been the case.
Yeah, you are completely right, mate. They created so many chances. It seemed set in stone that Che Adams was going to have the final say and it was going to be his day, wasn't it? And I'm delighted it was. But you are right. They didn't do anything wrong, City. They just didn't take their chances. But yeah, they've lost a lot of games. It's crazy, but they're still great.
I'm surprised more teams haven't tried to score the type of goal that Che Adams scored, because Edison's always there. It's always
definitely.
on.
Definitely, and it was refreshing to see 2 up front as well. It was nice to see that for once, instead of
Classic.
9 behind the ball, and we'll just have someone up there doing a bit of running. That's pretty much it. But yeah, they worked really well together, and I'm so pleased for him because he's been slated by probably me and you all season, to be honest.
Mainly you. Mainly you.
Yeah,
I haven't even realised he was playing, so I couldn't slate him.
he's still rubbish, but yeah, it's a fair play to him.
Oh, okay. Let's look ahead to tonight's game. I'm watching it, but I'm not looking forward to it. Tottenham Everton at the Tottenham HOTSPUR Stadium at 8 o'clock. Tottenham, since the restart, have looked good for about 15 minutes, but they scraped it past West Ham. They looked okay against Man United, and then they were abysmal against Sheffield United. Mourinho's been deflecting by having a go at Arsenal fans for saying how bad Tottenham are, saying there's nothing to celebrate over at Arsenal. This is the only thing you've got. But to be fair, I'd take that right now. I'd be well happy to just be celebrating being above Arsenal, because Tottenham look shocking. I don't know what the starting lineup is going to be. I've seen so many different rumours that Jedson could play right back. Is Tungi and Ndombele finally going to get into the starting lineup along with Lo Celso? I don't know. Everton have looked good since coming back as well. I can't see anything other than an away win.
No, it's difficult, isn't it? You are right. You don't know what Spurs are going to turn up. You don't know what the lineup's going to be. It's very hard to predict Spurs at the moment. They're either absolutely rubbish or play quite well. And you are right. I quite like Everton. They've been very good since coming back. I like Calvert-Lewin. They look very, very good. And I think your back four might be under a lot of pressure, to be honest.
Back four will be under pressure, and we can't unpick a defence. And that's the hot and cold of it. That's the problem. Is that our defence could be as bad as it is. Conceding 3 goals against Sheffield United is terrible. But if we could unpick the defence, the game would become a bit more expansive, and then we get more chances. The problem is Tottenham can't unpick a defence, and if Tottenham can't unpick a defence, you're never going to get bigger wins. You need to go ahead for teams to open up a little bit, because they have to push back.
Yeah, you are hoping people like Lascelles, so Son, kind of just step up a little bit more. And I know you absolutely hate Michael Keane, so hopefully he has a bit of a shocker.
Oh,
Gives
I'm
Kane
desperate. I'm
Kane a bit of a
desperate for
sniff.
Keane for us to get the Keane of England that makes
And I
San
say,
Marino look like professional football.
and Digne's always a bit of a liability as well. So you never know. There are chances there. So I do think you are going to struggle though again. And if you lose again, the pressure's heaping on Jose at the moment. It's crazy.
Score prediction:
1-1. I think you'll just about get something out of it.
2-0 away win. I can't see Spurs getting anything out of it. I just can't. I think Everton look good. 2-0 away win.
Yeah,
And
Walcott score both, yeah?
yeah, I hate myself for saying it as well. A 2-0 away win. Oh. Anyway, that was Pub Foot with Miles and Jimmy. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, a much happier me. Hopefully, I'm completely wrong with the Tottenham result, but it doesn't look good. Make sure you hit the alert button, the little bell, so that you know when we've posted a video. Follow us on Instagram at pub_football. Share with your friends. Tell them to give us a follow. And we look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Cheers.
I can't wait. Cheers.